Today, I'm after Klamath River steelhead, fly fishing for winter run chromers.
Here we are. Yeah, heavy too.
Cold temps are keeping the fish on lockdown.
This one, however, is gorgeous.
But I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll show you how. Coming up right now. Hey everybody, welcome to Familiar Waters and FWFishing.com. I'm Mike Pulaski. Today we got a little throwback to the Klamath River. I love fishing the Klamath River. They have good steelhead runs, not necessarily the biggest fish, but it's a prolific river. But with water flows, the river goes up and down. On this show, we had good fish in the system, but it was super cold in the morning. So started off at 17 degrees, stayed below 20 degrees for a while. Once we figure out the bugs and positioning, we got this thing dialed in. Let's hit the river.
Which weapon are we starting off with here?
Going with one with two split shots, probably better up here.
Which would be this one. The cool thing about California is that you have a year-round fishing season. A lot of places around the country, winter comes and you're pretty much done. Too much snow, too much rain, blows things out and rivers turn into mud. Out here in California, any time of the year, you can pretty much find somewhere to fish.
Set. Got him?
Yes, we do. How about that? Took a while to get a hold of him. Feels like a decent fish.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Is this more of the standard water you think we'll find them in today?
Yeah, the slow water like this is where they're hanging with the cold temperatures in the morning and everything.
He's on that Copper John.
Yep. Good switch.
Right in the front of his face. Trying to throw it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes!
Beautiful.
There we go.
Wild fish too.
Well, that's what we've been waiting for. It was, for California, very cold this morning. In the 20s as we were driving out here. No snow, no ice, which made me feel pretty good. But these fish have been slow on the grab today so far. But that's okay when you get that. You can see the adipose fin right here. We're just by the hatchery up above. That is a wild steelhead on this river, which less than more out here. Most of the fish that you catch out here will be hatchery fish. But that's a big, beautiful wild steelhead, and that's what you can do. The adults up here in the top section, obviously they're running up from the coast. You know how far it is? Something like, it's over 100 miles. Yeah. They're running up through 2 major river systems and making it all the way up here to get up top. This is where they spawn. The dam stops them. It's the absolute stopping point for these fish. So you get the adults with their reds and their nests down here. And as it warms up, I think we'll get a little more fish activity, especially the smaller fish down below. When they pick up, when it gets on with those fish, you can have a 20, 30, 40 half-pounder day when it's on. All right, good start. My hands are fishy.
Good work.
It's not just the weather. It helps a lot to have warm days where you can be fishing in mid-January in just shirt sleeves. But there's great fishing in California as well. Just up the I-5 corridor, you hit the Lower Sac and the Klamath, 2 of the best fishing rivers in the whole state.
On the Klamath, the best time to fish is from October through January. In the season from October to December, you have the adults and the half-pounders in there thick. Now, as the first down runners of steelhead start going back down the river, the half-pounders start to follow those fish out, and so the half-pounders start to dwindle through January. This adult fishing still stays very good, and you get the wild run of winter fish, and that is what we picked up.
There's no real discerning area out here. You know, you see a little swirl here and a little swirl there, but nothing that tells you exactly what's underneath it. In the fall on the Klamath, these fish are hammering bugs. You can't even get your bug to the bottom and these fish are eating it. But when the weather cools down, their metabolism slows down, and they don't move as far for what you're offering. And so you have to figure out the water that these fish are in. When they're in that slower water, the stuff that we were picking up fish out of today, you know that they've slowed down and they're not going to move as far for bugs. So you have to be extremely thorough when you're moving through that water. You want to hit every seam and try to get your bug in front of every possible line, because that's the way you pick up fish. If you just fish through the run, you blow through, you're not going to find those fish that aren't willing to move. But if you're methodical and you fish through every seam, every foam line, you'll pick up those fish that everybody else misses. Here we are. Yeah, heavy too. There's a run.
Beautiful.
That's it. It's the same exact kind of water, Aaron.
Yep. Holding the real slow stuff
Yeah.
off this, almost off the seam even.
Oh, good jump.
That was awesome.
Now we're back on the line. Back on the reel. I can see the indicator. He didn't eat that.
Ruled one of them out.
You can see this real foamy, slower moving stuff. These fish are being real sluggish right now with the cold, and they're hanging in the slower, deeper runs. So that's what we're gonna have to be pretty aggressive about hitting today. Just comfortable pockets and holding water. It's a bigger fish too.
Yeah, it looks good. Really nice one.
Come on, pretty. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Can't see it in that glare. Nice, big old tail. This one. Ready?
I'm ready.
One. See if he's ready. Two. On the copper john as well. There we go.
Look at that one. That
Wow.
one pulls up the net.
Bright.
Yes, that is a nice fresh fish for way up here.
Yeah, real fresh. Super clean. Oh, good thing we brought the big net today, huh?
John, right
Oh, and
there.
look at that. Just barely had the lip chip
Yep.
left. See how bright and chrome that fish is. I mean, that's pretty. That's what they're supposed to look like. Another wild fish.
Yeah.
That's two wild fish. The two steelhead we caught so far.
Because they're these later running fish. There's more wild fish in with them.
Have been these two wild fish, the winter fish coming
Yeah.
up. Huh? This fall run is a big hatchery run. This one, however, is a gorgeous, clean steelhead. Look at the green in here, all those colors. Just getting the red, and there's that chrome. That's what they call that, a steelhead. That chrome on the side. Pretty. Pretty fish. There we go, one more. Here we go, baby. Well, now we're talking, brother. That's two fish in a row.
Awesome.
That's good. Two good steelhead. Find them in the slower water. And we're using for bugs today. You can see we got a big stonefly up top. This river does get a salmon fly hatch. And so this is a good bug. Coming down, they can see it. It's kind of a teaser. Make them turn on it, make them look. Then down below we've got an egg pattern and then a copper john. Little, well that's not little, it's size 12 copper john. Mayfly at the bottom. But all of this together adds up to what these steelhead are looking for. Sometimes it takes these big bugs up top to get them to move. At other times this river is just nuts, it's on fire. But right now I think the whole smorgasbord is what's getting them to move, and they're finally eating the little one down below. But we found a pattern. Patterns are important.
When you're nymph and indicator fishing, you need to be on it at all times. Be able to set that hook if your indicator stops, bobs, hiccups, twitches, goes under, any of those things, you gotta set the hook. But especially on cold days, you know, when it's hot out and the fishing's great, we oftentimes get distracted. But on cold days when the fish aren't moving, they've got lockjaw, you've really got to be on it and set the hook every time that indicator does something funky.
Hit it, hit it, hit it.
Nope.
We've got a great article on nymph and indicator fishing on fwfishing.com. We'll put a link in the description section down below so you guys can go check that out. If you're new to it, just learning how to nymph and indicator fish, that article will really get you right in a hurry. The other thing you have to do when you're on the water and it's cold and the fish aren't eating is if you believe in a piece of water, you've got to fish it hard with confidence.
Bring it back up and hit right off that rock.
Right off.
Right off that big round rock there.
Right there?
Yeah.
To make sure that you are getting every drift, every line, every spot you can put your bugs, because reading water, understanding where the fish are lying, especially on hard days, super important. And when you think there's a fish there, work it hard with confidence, because that's where you'll pick them.
Yep.
There he is. Right where he's supposed to be.
Oh, good jump. One of those stocky Klamath trout, steelhead. That's a good call. Aaron rode us all, oh, good jump. Rode us all the way back across the river to hit this seam. This guy was right where he needed to be. Come on, brother. We'll be quick, I swear.
Be quick. Quick and painless.
Downstream, I don't like that.
Drop the anchor around here somewhere.
You want to row to the top of the island there? I'm not a big fan of trying to fight him straight downstream. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come with us.
Okay. Anchor hold.
On that copper john.
Yep. I can step in and net him below the boat.
I hate him when he's straight down. I'm gonna try to get that head up. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah! When it gets straight
Another
down
wild
from the boat
fish.
like that, it's absolutely nuts. What's
Wild.
that? Another wild fish?
Yeah.
Not an adult, obviously, though.
No. Just a little bit smaller than what California would call an adult.
But beautiful half pounder running up here. This is what we're talking about when we talk about those half pounders.
Oh, he's slippery.
He's kind of right at that midpoint where bigger than your half pounder, but not quite a full adult.
Pretty fish.
Pretty. But we've switched. We had some mayflies coming off that were this real small size 16 mayfly. And the two fish up above took on that copper john. We switched over to a mayfly imitation, but we were throwing a size 12. So we moved down and we're now throwing a size 14. Because when a mayfly hatches, if you see the adult, if the adult's a 14, the nymph itself is going to be a 12. If you got a 16 coming off, the nymph itself is going to be a 14. So we're seeing 16s coming off. We're throwing a size 14 copper john on the bottom. That seems to be the bug they want.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
So nice work on the rowing, by the way.
Thanks.
We're adding muscle to Aaron here, making him row across the river, but he ran us literally across this whole seam to get to that one edge. Nailed
He
it.
was there.
Good job.
Man.
You're like the fish whisperer. That's Hibbard. We'll have to come up with a new one for you.
Okay.
Well, the Klamath comes through again. The biggest issue for the Klamath River right now is all about water issues, and that's a big deal in California. Water issues affect all of our major rivers and can cause major problems or create big-time success stories. But we got it done on the Klamath today. Please don't forget, subscribe, hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, and please leave us a comment down below because we would love to hear from you. I love figuring out those tough days on the water. And the more experiences you have doing it in different places, the more tools you have in your bag. If you want some more tools, go to fwfishing.com. We have plenty of articles, lots of content up there to help you learn parts of the game, from dry fly fishing to nymphing to casting to all of that stuff that can help you pick up your game and improve your fly fishing right now. I love to put my 42 years of fly fishing experience to good use, and I'm a coach at heart. So fwfishing.com, you can find the material on our blog there. That's it for today from the Klamath. Ended up being a great day after a cold and slow start. But I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next piece of Familiar Waters.